Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, are there some ways that I could become a high-value man to women? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked because there are some shortcuts that you can do for yourself that women will automatically see and perceive to be worthy of RVs. Because again, I don't think you need to do any of this stuff for the sake of women. However, if you do these things for yourself, you'll find that you like yourself that much more and you like your life that much more. And if you like yourself and your life that much more, guess what? We women will like you and your life that much more as well. So to make sure you never miss out on any of these opportunities to find more peace and happiness for yourself in your own life or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button anywhere here and that notification bell. Okay, so first things first, what do I mean when I say high value? No, I don't mean like, oh, you gotta be a jerk and like fuck a lot of women and then women will want you. Or even, yeah, like if you have a big bank account, then the bitches want you. Huh, stupid bitches. No, because you can be a high value man even if you're ugly, broke as fuck, and still virgin. Because what we women perceive as high value is a lot different than what you guys perceive as high value. When you guys look at other men who are driving Ferraris and pushing yachts and have multiple women and cars and toys and game stations, I don't know what you men like, but you guys see that as, whoa, that guy's got a lot of value. Look at all his valuables. But we women, we just don't see things that way. And therein lies the difference. So today I'm going to talk to you about how you can become a high value man in the eyes of us women. So the very first thing you could do for yourself, which requires absolutely no effort on your part, is to have a set of standards. I'm talking about what you want for yourself in regards to what you want to get done for the day, what kind of women you want in your life, what kind of friends you want in your life, what people can and can't say to you. A lot of times I get clients and they already have something wrong that they want to fix. Oh, like I'm not getting enough numbers. Or even, oh, I'm not fucking a new girl every day. I hate myself. And then when I turn things around and say, okay, well, what do you want for yourself? I hear crickets. Something as simple as having what you want for yourself in your life and what women are going to be worthy of your passenger side seat goes a long way to make you a discerning man who won't take just any woman. And that's the kind of guy that we see as high value because we women don't want a guy that'll just take any woman that is thrown at him. We want a guy that has the ability to say, nope, sorry, bitch, you don't make my list. Because that's the guy we'll chase after, because that's the guy that makes us think, okay, that is the type of guy that would make a great partner because he doesn't want just any woman in his passenger seat. That's the guy we want to ride alongside with and ride on top of. So again, putting yourself first, not what do all these women want? How can I make all these women happy? Instead, what do you want? Exactly what you want and how can you make yourself happy? Which is actually the first thing I go over in my Speak to Spark Arousal program, which is what I call the trusty triangle, which is putting me first, you next, and then us third. So think about yourself first because that's what a high value man does. The second one is to have options. Now going back to my clients, unfortunately, I get a lot of clients that come to me already hung up on just one girl. And if you're just hung up on one girl, guess what? You turn into one of these. Again, because if you're the one putting all your eggs into one basket, guess what? You're going to be extremely devastated if that one basket doesn't get delivered to the children. But if you know that one woman can't possibly be perfect and you know that you're going to go seek other fish in the sea and allow yourself to experience other women to see who meets your standards, because not everybody will. That's the type of guy that we look at once again as, ooh, look at him. He's got his eye on several women. That means he wouldn't just take any other woman if he was with me. Again, going back to, I know you guys don't think that like women are the cheaters, women are the hoes, but we're very concerned about being cheated on too. I'm sorry. So if you're a guy who doesn't have options and isn't extremely selective with his options, we're gonna take you as a guy who will just take any other woman. And no woman wants that man. So be wary of getting caught up on just one girl without seeing the other women that are out there for you. And you know what? It's gonna be a lot easier for you to do that if you do have those standards for yourself, like we discussed in number 1. Which then obviously brings me to number 3, which is be selective. I had a client who one time, he was getting back out into the dating world after being divorced for so long, and he met this chick who was super fucking hot, but yeah, there was nothing else. She was just super hot. And he was like, I really like her. I guess it's okay that she still lives with her parents and dropped out of high school, even though I have my PhD and she's working as a babysitter right now. And I was like, Craig, what happened to your list of criteria? You just threw it out the window. Well, she's really hot. And guess what? She, ghosted him. He never heard from her ever again. And now he's all but hurt over this chick who didn't even meet his standards. Listen, if you're not selective and you take just about any woman just because she's hot, guess what? We're gonna pick up on that shit. If you only want us for what's in here, or out here, then we're not gonna let you in what's here. Because we don't want a man who will just take us because we're the ones who flopped on his lap, or we don't want a man who's just gonna take us just because our hair looked great today. We want the man that's not gonna let any woman whatsoever on his dick. Which then brings me to number 4, which is say no and walk away. Okay, so maybe you're the guy who's like, okay, you know what? She flaked one time, life happens, let's give her a second chance. And then the second time she flakes again, you're like, well, I guess life happens often. I guess I'll give her a third chance. And then by the 12th chance, you're still telling yourself that life happens and hanging on to this bitch. Guess what? That is a very low level man you are being. Because a high quality man is just not gonna put up with things that he doesn't enjoy. And I don't know any guy that enjoys being flaked on, being ghosted, being strung along. And even if she doesn't fit your criteria, you're holding on, again, very low level. High quality men, they don't hang on. They say, no, I don't like being treated like that. On to the next one because I have options and I have standards. So it's okay to say no. I have so many men that feel guilty in not being compassionate to her life. Well, what about your fucking life? Is what I have to say. So stand up for yourself and say no to the things you will not take. Even things like, I just want to be friends. And she is not calling you back, not hanging out with you. That's not a friend. So stand tall and walk away. And let your tail slap her in the face while you walk away instead of between your legs. Number 5 is have a life that you love. I'm sure you've heard this said before, which is like, you can't love somebody until you love yourself, which I think is bullshit. I think it's more cyclical, if anything. However, if you have a life that you love, we women will want to be a part of that life and make effort to chase you down to be a part of it, as opposed to smacking you away and like, oh, what makes you worth it? Having the life you love allows you to be in the driver's seat at all costs, because women will see that life. Maybe it's a Lamborghini of a life. And they'd be like, oh my God, what's it gonna take to ride in that car on that guy? Because I'll tell you right now, if you don't love your life, we're gonna sense it. And no woman wants to save a man. Y'all have no problem saving us, paying our bills and tuition. Y'all are so much more excited to do it than we women are, I'll tell you that much. So if you have a life you love already, then we won't worry about having to have your child, because that is a life we'll need to take care of if we procreate with you. But if we see that you have a life that you love and we can be a part of it, we'll see no problem in creating life for you, because you already stand on your own to take care of and love the life you had without us. Now, the 6th one is stand out from the rest of the pack out there. And again, you men think standing out from other men means having lots of luxury cars or having selfies with $100 bills. I don't know. But what makes you stand out from all the other men out there to us women is when you're able to leave us with a feeling. Because what we see is extremely replicable, especially nowadays with Instagram and social media, we're just inundated with so many images throughout our lives. It's extremely replicable. But what's not replicable is how you make us feel in your presence. What's not replicable is making us want you even more when you're not in our presence as well. And that's exactly what I go over in my Speak to Spark Arousal program. For those of you guys who haven't, you already know damn well that Speak to Spark Arousal is the way to make yourself stand out from the entire crowd by leaving her with those feelings the second you open your mouth. Because so many men can get lost in the shuffle of like, hey, how are you? What do you do for fun? You're really pretty. Nice ass. But until you're the guy who can pack more punch into his very limited amount of words that he's using, she's not going to remember you and she's not going to feel anything for you. Which is why I call it Speak to Spark Arousal, because with every word you use, you are going to be separating yourself from the pack and showing her, just with your words, how much value you have and how unreplicable you are in terms of anybody else you could find out there. So check it out right now. It's speaktosparkarousal.com. You could talk less by saying more. And have women doing all the work to chase you down to sit in that car with you. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.